What's going on YouTube? This is a guy in the back seat from DoomVeilerGames, here with part 4 of my Yu-Gi-Oh! For Dummies. As you can see, I got a trio of cards here. All these cards have one very similar thing in common. One is super versatile, one it can end the game, and one is just used for one thing only. So this segment is called cards that you use during the battle step. Alright, so starting up, we have cards that you activate in response to attacks. In response to attacks, not in response to damage calculation. The first card that we're going to talk about is Book of Moon here. This card just recently got limited. A lot of people blame it on the XCs, but it's just a really good card. Book of Moon basically says flip a monster on the field face down, set in defense mode. It's quick play, which means you can set it on your turn, and then when they go to attack your monster, you can activate this and flip their monster face down. So if you got an Honest that's going to attack you because the opponent just wants to hit you for some damage before the next turn, or before the end of the battle step, and you have this, you can set their Honest, and now they can't use his little effect to put himself back in the hand, and they just blew an Honest, which, you know, they're just dumb for doing that. Either way, Book of Moon, when activated, when the opponent declares an attack with a monster, essentially doesn't have to say negate, because when you declare that the monster is going to attack, that's when you use Book of Moon, and then it sets. So, by all ruling standards, Book of Moon set this, so the attack never happened, because a defense mode monster can't attack very well a face down defense mode monster. So that's why Book of Moon is used during battle steps. It's also used to stop monsters from using effects, but that's just this versatile card. Next up, let's say the opponent is attacking with an Honest and you have this set. When Honest declares the attack, you activate Sakuratsu Armor, only because I don't have a D prison to show you. Sakuratsu Armor destroys the monster, meaning that the attack never happened, because a monster on the field cannot declare an attack. A monster that's not on the field anymore can't declare an attack. It doesn't have to say negate. It's just like Mirror Force. Mirror Force does not say negate an attack. Mirror Force just says destroy all attack mode monsters when an attack is declared. Attack declaration has effects go off, and you know you get the benefit of activating cards like this and cards like this to stop their attacks or blow up the monster beforehand or remove it from play if it's deep risk. Moving on. So that's activating cards in response to attacks. Now we move along to probably one of the personal favorites of people, activating cards during damage step. Now I don't have a Forbidden Lance to show you, or Reinforcements, or Horn of the Phantom Beast, which are all heavy played cards, but I do have an Honest, so I'll show you the Honest trick. It's really not a trick, it's just how the card works. If you have as a Borg attacking your opponent's, let's say, Caius, as the Borg goes to attack, this would normally result in a headbutt, which means both monsters die. But if you have this little guy in hand, you can attack, and then say damage step, discard Honest, and his attack points go up by this. That is chaining a card to damage step. Let's say that Zorg also was attacking, and say this is a Forbidden Lance. You can activate this during damage step, lowering Caius' attack points by 800, meaning that your monster can now take over Caius and destroy it. And furthermore, let's say Zaborg is a Beast Warrior, and this is Horn of the Phantom Beast. You can attack, they don't respond, expecting both monsters to blow up. You chain Horn of the Phantom Beast, resulting in you dealing 800 damage and drawing a card. Fantastic cards. Point is, damage step is something that's talked about, and it happens in the middle. It's after declarations of attacks, and the attack can't change. You can't declare a different target once they call damage step. So if Honest is engraved, he gains the attack points of the opponent's monster. Damage step chains are very frustrating, but be sure that you can activate the cards at the right time. You can't chain Threatening Roar to damage step. You can chain a Threatening Roar to the declaration of an attack. Stuff like that you have to be able to know if you're going to play in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Meta at the time. I hope this video was helpful. Stay tuned for part 5 and subscribe. DoomVeilerGames. Peace.